superstar. Step back three on the way. And banks in. Jayson Tatum puts Boston on top.
Last season, injuries, health and safety protocol, and consequent lack of cohesiveness played major roles as to why the Boston Celtics regressed as much as they did from the 2020 NBA season. However, with the retooled roster from a very underrated offseason, the Boston Celtics are poised to have a bounce-back season. The most prominent of these offseason moves was the flipping of Kemba Walker for Al Horford, a move that I really like for this team. It's important to note that even though Al Horford's stint in Philly has negatively changed his perception among NBA fans, he's still a very productive player. In today's game, Horford is obviously best suited at the 5, given that he doesn't have lateral quickness to keep up with more mobile power forwards, and given that even though he can stretch the floor, he has a set shot and shoots at a 36% clip. So it's kind of unfair to judge him solely for his Philadelphia stint, given that they played him at the 4, which is obviously not smart, and given the fact that the spacing was far from ideal among the core players on that team. Horford is still a valuable piece at the 5, and he showed that in OKC last season when he played. He's still solid defensively, can stretch the floor well for a 5, and is still a solid playmaker. He'll obviously be under a new coach when he suits up for this team, but there's still familiarity with the core players of this team. Another pickup that I love for the Celtics team was the getting of Dennis Schroder on just a 1-year deal worth $5.9 million. I say only because someone of his caliber, NBA money, yeah. Of course, you can make jokes about how he turned down an $84 million deal in hopes of getting north of $100 million, but the only thing that matters now is that he's a Boston Celtic and can be a significant contributor for this team. Schroder was very inconsistent last season, and his efficiency kind of cratered from the year before when he was in OKC. However, it's not like the Celtics are committing long-term to him or gave him a hefty 1-year deal. If he does pan out and is productive as he was 2 years ago, then you're talking about an effective playmaker who can give you scoring in the high teens and is a threat from 3. Moreover, if the Celtics are getting the Schroder from last season, he's still a productive offensive player. Because, though inconsistent, you're still talking about a ball handler who can give you around 15 points, along with solid playmaking. Josh Richardson was an interesting pickup to say the least, and is kind of in the same boat with Dennis Schroder. Last season, he lacked consistency, had his worst scoring output since his sophomore season, and missed over 3 weeks of action due to health and safety protocol. On top of that, his 3-point shooting is specifically worrisome given that his percentages have steadily declined since the 2018 season, where he shot 38% to 2021 where he shot just 33%. However, there's reason to give Richardson the benefit of the doubt. In 2019, where he was kind of elevated to the main option on the Heat, he saw a sharp increase in 3-point attempts. In 2020, the spacing among that 76ers core wasn't great, just like I mentioned with Al Horford. And in 2021, health and safety protocol obviously made him to miss time and obviously disrupted his rhythm. And overall, his upside for the team is still somewhat high. Even though he's never been the most efficient player in the world, he's a plus defender who can give you double-digit scoring and operate off the ball. The last notable acquisition over the offseason was trading for Juancho Hernangomez, who isn't a great defender nor an outstanding rebounder, but is still a serviceable 4. He didn't shoot exceptionally well from 3 last season, but his career 35.4% from 3 is more indicative of how well he shoots from the outside. Now that we're done talking about the offseason acquisitions, let's head into the core members of this Celtics roster. Despite having an overall down season as a team, Jayson Tatum proved to be spectacular and definitely shifted himself even higher in the echelon of players. He set career highs for most statistical categories and proved to be a force to be reckoned with on both ends of the floor. Among notable performances from him last season were a 60-point game against the Spurs en route to leading the Celtics back from a 32-point deficit, a 50-point game in a playing game to get the Celtics a 7th seed, and dropping 50 points just 11 days later in a playoff game. Tatum has been playing out of his mind, but I even expect him to take even another big step next season. We've seen him put in the work this offseason, and overall, the progression that we've seen from him since his rookie season is a testament to his hard work ethic. And being in optimal shape only helps Tatum as a player, being better served in withstanding and drawing contact, and being better served in surviving a grueling 82-game season.
Do not attach any association of this to me whatsoever. I have nothing to do with such idiocy, such blasphemy, such ridiculous nonsense.
Beside Tatum is Jaylen Brown, who just like Tatum had a career year. He set career highs in scoring and efficiency while having an increased usage rate and proved to be a great through-level scorer. Not to mention that his handle and playmaking ability have notably improved as well. And while other areas of his game can still be fleshed out, such as his off-ball defense, him just being what he was last year prior to injury would be huge for this team. However, if the Celtics really want to get to where they want to be, then Marcus Smart has to be on his A game. He's obviously the heart and soul of this team, and even bad shooting games from him are kind of mitigated by his great defense and playmaking. However, Smart regressed defensively last season, and you can attribute that to his injury, and he'll need to get back to his elite defensive status to propel the Celtics team forward. Last but not least, we have Robert Williams, who saw a career high in minutes and was very productive as a starter for this team last season. In the 13 games as a starter, the Time Lord averaged 10 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks on 71% from the field and in only 24 minutes a game. Having a big impact on offensive rebounding and having the awareness to kick it out to whoever has a good look will be a big benefit to the Celtics team and is something that Robert Williams offers. And overall, his ascension is great for the Celtics big man rotation. There are definitely question marks with respect to productivity of the new signings of this team. However, a healthy Celtics team is a playoff lock and clear of playing range. And if Ime Udoka can get this team back on track defensively, and if they can get even some productivity out of Richardson and Schroder, then you're talking about a dark horse contender in the Eastern Conference. That's it for the video. Be sure to leave a like on the video, as each like makes a massive difference for the channel and helps boost in the algorithm. And also feel free to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Stay tuned.